Hello, boys and girls. I'm Mr. D'Annunzio, Health and PE teacher at Peter Michaud Elementary. Today, I'll be teaching 4th grade health. That's 4th grade health, and I'll be teaching you about diseases. Some communicable diseases, some non-communicable diseases. All right, and we'll be reading off a Google slide presentation, which I am not going to share with you. I think just giving you a video about the presentation itself is a lot better, so you can actually hear me talk rather than view both. Be a lot easier just listening to me and filling out a Google form. All right. The Google form the link will be attached to the activity, so you can just go in and fill out the Google form, and the Google form will be limited to no more than 7 or 8 questions. It's not long at all. Okay. So today, we're going to talk about various diseases. And again, I'm going to read off the Google slide presentation, and I'll also be talking about it as well. All right. Non-communicable diseases. All right. I'm just going to read to you what non-communicable diseases are diseases that cannot be spread from one person or thing to another. They can affect any system in the body. They can be treated, but not actually cured, also called non-infectious diseases. Non-communicable diseases are hereditary, all right? That means in your family genes, so something that's passed down from maybe one generation to another. So passed down from your parents, from your grandparents, that's what hereditary is. Also, one cause of a non-communicable disease is where you live or work. For example, near a power plant. All right? So things can happen if you are around a possible power plant. Power plant with all those like lines and stuff that are hanging. Lifestyle is another cause of a non-communicable disease. So lifestyle, meaning maybe you're not active, maybe you sit, you're not up moving around, you're very sedentary. Maybe you don't eat healthy. These are possible causes of non-communicable diseases. Heart disease can be because of that. So you want to make sure you keep your hearts healthy as well as happy. Preventing against non-communicable diseases. So this is called prevention. All right, we have a balanced diet. All right, so you want to eat various foods from all the different food groups. Not only different foods, but different colors of foods. Variety. Variety is the key. But we also want to watch how much of each that you're eating as well. Your quantity and the amount, the serving size. Regular exercise, which I just kind of talked about a second ago. It's very tough now in the wintertime to get outside and keep your physique. But please get outside and do the best that you can. Even if it's 35, 40 degrees out, you can get into a jacket, put on a hat, put on some gloves, and get outside and play. All right? Playing is important. Avoiding tobacco, alcohol, and other drugs. These can definitely have an impact on your body at the time that when you're taking them, and it can definitely have a long-lasting effect on your body later in life. All right, smoking, for example, all right, is bad not only for your body if you did it right now, all right, but it would be bad down the line. Your lungs would not be happy, as well as the rest of your body. So it's very important to make healthy and good choices that'll last a lifetime. Common non-communicable diseases, all right, are cancer. That's one example. And there are tons of different cancers. I'd probably take 30 minutes discussing all the different types of cancers. But just a few would be skin cancer, lung cancer. These are different types of cancer. We have cardiovascular disease, all right? That's why with cardiovascular disease, you want to eat healthy. You want to take care of your body. Heart attack. All right, heart attack. We have stroke, and we have diabetes. Again, these are common non-communicable diseases. What I would like to do is I can't take long talking about every single thing because there's not going to be enough time in the video. But I want to talk to you about what diseases are non-communicable, what diseases are communicable, and then kind of discuss a few of each. I think that would be probably the best way to go about it. So again, non-communicable diseases are cancer, cardiovascular disease, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Cancer, as I just said, there are tons of different types of cancers. All right. The most prevalent one that you'd probably think would be skin cancer. All right. Protecting your body against the sun. All right. Sunscreen. All right. Very important. I know today, we have, we're in February here, but February, the sun is out. I'm not saying wear sunscreen in the winter, but even on a day where it's 70 degrees out and you think that the sun rays are not or the UV rays are not strong, you always want to use sunscreen to prevent your body against sunburn. I know a lot of times, like for me, I even wear sunglasses and then I forget. I'm like, oh, I have sunglasses and a half, but the rest of my face can still get sunscreen. So always just take a few seconds of your time and protect your body. All right. You also have lung cancer. Lung cancer can develop from smoking. All right, from smoking. So again, you want to prevent yourself from doing that. We know the risk factors. We know what's there. All right. Make the wise choices. Make the right choices for yourself and your family as well. Because if you smoke, if I smoke, which I don't, but if I did, my kids would be in the house with me. And there's a thing called secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is where they're inhaling the smoke that I'm smoking. Or I'm sorry, inhaling the smoke that I am blowing out through the cigarette, and they're not even smoking. So they're actually breathing in all that smoke and the smell of cigarettes, and they actually have done nothing with it at all. So, you definitely want to consider your health and think about others as well. Very, very important. And again, I know my grandmom used to smoke. I have a few smokers in the family, but try to make your wise choices, make the correct choices for you. Let's move on. So then there we talked about cancer. We talked about cardiovascular disease. Let's see, what else should we talk about? Let's go on to communicable, and then we'll go from there. We'll see how much time we have. Communicable disease is caused by direct or indirect spread of pathogens, bad germs, from a person or thing to another. Communicable diseases spread through direct contacts, sneezing, coughing, or sharing or touching an infected area, which is indirect contact. So direct and indirect contact. So direct means, let me paraphrase that. Direct means you touch it directly, and indirect is through someone else. So someone else is sneezing and you end up getting it. So it's very, very important to be observant when it comes to these communicable diseases, because if you are doing the best that you can to take the proper precautions, such as wiping your hands after you go to the bathroom, or after you sneeze, wiping your hands and washing your hands with warm, soapy water, you're doing the best that you can to prevent against any possible disease or any transmission. And even if you do, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get the actual disease or virus, but you're at least preventing yourself from possibly getting it. Where does disease enter the body? All right, where do these diseases enter the body? Your mouth, your eyes, your nose, and any break in your skin. Preventing communicable diseases: washing your hands, which I just stressed, which is very important. Covering your mouth. Proper care of the food, so taking care of the food. Usually I would say when you're taking care of food, maybe not in your house because it's your family members, but if you're sneezing and then you're touching food, that's never good. So you always want to be careful. Usually in a food industry, they always wear gloves when they take care of your food because of that situation. Eating healthy and exercise is also another possible way. And the shower daily, keeping your body clean, because every day you go to school, every day you go to maybe to dance lessons, wherever you're going with your sports. So you're very germy when you get home. So it's very important to take a shower or a bath with your rubber ducky, either or. So please remember that. I think the best way to go about this now is just to go over a few, maybe 2 or 3 of these communicable diseases. All right, the first one's the flu. All right, the flu is caused by a virus. It is spread through tiny droplets from coughs or sneezes. Someone who has the flu. You can catch the flu if you touch someone with the virus on it and then touch your mouth, nose, or eyes. Symptoms disappear 1 to 7 days after you come in contact with the virus. For the flu, symptoms are a fever, which is usually between 102 and 106 degrees, body aches, chills, diseases, flushed face, headache, lack of energy, nausea, and vomiting. If you've had the flu, you know you probably feel horrible when you have it. I know because I had it a few years ago. I ended up getting the flu vaccine and ended up getting the flu regardless. Lucky me. I continue. Again, you have the choice, or I should say your parents have the choice for you now. Your parents opted whether you get a flu vaccine or not. When you're older, you can make the choice whether to get a flu vaccine or not. It's your choice. I'm not going to encourage you one way or another. For myself, I make the choice for me and my kids to get the vaccine. When I got the flu, sometimes the flu can last up to a week, with symptoms. For me, I had symptoms for about 3 to 4 days, and the symptoms were pretty bad when I had them. So for me, I don't know if it would have been worse if I did not have the vaccine. I don't know. But for me, that's the choice that I make. So again, for you, you can make your choice. Next, we have, let's see, what other one do we want to talk about? Pink eye, that's a fun one. Also called conjunctivitis, is the swelling and inflammation or the infection of the membrane lining of the eyelids. Occurs when the eye is exposed to bacteria or a virus. Transmission, highly contagious, and is easily spread among children when they touch their eye, then a surface. Symptoms are blurred vision, crust that forms on the eyelids. This is very prevalent when you see crust appear on the eyelids of the eyes. Like when you wake up, you'll see it there. Very reddish eyes. Eye pain, a gritty feel, feels like there's something in your eyes. Increased hearing, redness. With pink eye, treatment would depend on the situation, but usually an antibiotic would be used for pink eye. So you'll definitely need to see the doctor to get a prescription to heal. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, this one's nasty. This one's a good one to go over. Hand, foot, and mouth. A common children's virus causing sores in the mouth and a rash on the hands and the feet. All right, usually it's found only in children, but adults can catch it. My wife actually got hand, foot, and mouth, I believe, once or even twice while working with kids. She works with preschool kids, so she's in close contact with them. And when you teach little kids, you don't teach from a distance. You're up in their faces, teaching them important skills and important things. And somebody must have had it, and she came in very close contact with, and she ended up getting it. So it's very painful. Transmission, hand, foot, and mouth is a condition and is spread by direct contact with saliva mucus. So if someone spits out, you could probably get it that way. Symptoms, sore throat, fever, rash on hands, feet, inside the mouth. I believe my wife had the rash inside her mouth and a sore throat and a fever. So it was not good. Treatment, pain medication, over-the-counter medicine, rest, and fluids. And let's see, any others? There's so many. Well, there is one other one I want to talk to you about. Strep throat. That's one other one I want to talk about. Strep throat occurs between children between the ages of 5 and 15. Although anyone can get it, I've gotten strep as well. So just because you get older does not mean you can't get strep. It is caused by a bacteria. Transmission spread by person, from person to person, and it's spread by person in contact with fluids from the nose or saliva. Commonly spread among family or household members. So if one person gets it, it can get passed down from one person to the next, unfortunately. But you begin to feel sick 2 to 5 days after you come in contact with the person that has the strep bacteria. Red sore throat with white patches actually appear in the very back of your throat. Painful to swallow is a symptom. Tender glands. Nausea, you start to get tired, and you start to develop a headache. You will go to the doctor. You need to go to the doctor when you have strep to heal and to feel better. They'll give you a strep test. You'll take a strep test, and if it comes back positive, you have strep. They give you medicine, antibiotics, and you should feel better within, I believe it's like 3 to 5 days. It's soon after that. You start to really feel better very fast. So that's good. And finally, we're going to wrap this up because we're about 15 minutes in. We have the coronavirus. Our coronavirus is out there now. Listen, we've been through a lot together. This has been a tough time, not only for all of you, but also for all of your teachers. I know for me as well. I have a family. I have 2 kids, a 4th grader and a 6th grader. So they've been on virtual since the beginning of the year. So this is not, I go to work, I come home, I communicate with you, I teach you, and I have them that need help as well. So this has been crazy. But the coronavirus, yeah, it's a virus. And I feel like, in the beginning, we're learning more and more as this virus has developed, At the beginning, we learned that the virus was, when it comes to masks, I don't think anyone was wearing masks in the beginning when this virus actually came out. And then eventually we end up wearing masks to prevent ourselves against the virus. And we were told that if you touch up something that has the virus on it, it can be spread. We were also told to watch how it can be spread. It can be spread into your eyes or your nose. And we found out that possibly can happen as well. So we were actually being told to watch about your eyes, wearing glasses, wearing a mask for a nose and a mouth. All right, so like any other virus, you need to be careful. The biggest thing with any virus is keeping your hands clean. Your hands are germ spreaders. They're your friends, but they're germ spreaders. You need to wash your hands really well. You need to warm water and soap. Sanitizer definitely helps. I've seen people at stores with gloves on. I'm not one that wears gloves in the store. It would get me very annoyed very fast. But if it works for you, it works for you. My recommendation is to wash your hands, keep yourself clean. With the coronavirus, they say wear the masks, so you wear the masks. Wash those masks. That's another important thing. With those cloth masks, they can get very dirty very fast. They can have germs on them. If you sneeze on them, germs are on them. So after you have a dirty mask, you put it in a dirty pile. I have a dirty bag for just my masks at my house. I put them in the pile. We take them down to the washer. We put them in the washer. They get washed, and then we can use them after they get cleaned. Try not to reuse masks. Not a good idea. And if you have throwaway masks, then it's easy just to throw them away. But if you have ones that you use, that are cloth masks, please wash them. I hope that, I'm sorry, I'm about 20 minutes in. I've gone over. I hope you learned something today. Again, we learned about communicable and non-communicable diseases. Just a friendly review. Communicable diseases, or I should say non-communicable diseases, are diseases that cannot be spread from one person to another. So it's either hereditary or where you live or the lifestyle that you choose. Whereas communicable diseases are caused by direct or indirect spread of a pathogen. All right. So I hope that gives you a rough idea of what they are. I hope you learned something from today. Have a great day. Again, this is for February 8th through February 11th, and this is for 4th grade health. This is lesson 6. You have 2 more to go. Bye.